तत्सत्। ओम माधव, ओम ऋषिकेश, ओम अच्युत, ओम कृष्ण, ओम केशव, ओम गोविंद, ओम मधुसूदन, ओम वार्ष्णेय, ओम जनार्दन, ओम पुरुषोत्तम, ओम भूतभावन, ओम भूतेश, ओम देवदेव, ओम जगतपते, ओम परम ब्रह्म, ओम परम धाम, ओम परम पवित्रम भवान, ओम आदिदेवम, ओम अजम, ओम विभुम, ओम परमं पुरुषं शाश्वतम, ओम परम पुरुषं दिव्यम, ओम कमलपत्राक्ष, ओम परमेश्वर, ओम पुरुषोत्तम, ओम योगेश्वर, ओम महायोगेश्वर, ओम हरि, ओम विश्वेश्वर, ओम विश्वरूप, ओम विष्णु, ओम देववर, ओम देवेश, ओम जगन्निवास, ओम सहस्रबाहो, ओम विश्वमूर्ते, ओम वासुदेव, ओम प्रभो, ओम विभु, ओम केशनिषूदन, ओम परमात्मा, ओम सद्गुरु सर्वभूतानां, ओम ईश्वर, ओम महेश्वर, ओम सर्वलोक महेश्वरम, ओम अजम अनादिम, ओम अजम अव्ययम, ओम अव्यय ईश्वरः, ओम परांगतिम, ओम परमगति, ओम पराम शांति, ओम अमृतः, ओम अक्षयः, ओम अक्षय कालः, ओम कालकालः, ओम महाकालः, ओम अव्ययः, ओम अनाशी, ओम अविनाशी, ओम अनाशिनी, ओम आत्मदेव, ओम कालीय मर्दन, ओम पूतनहारी, ओम सकटासुर मर्दन, ओम कंसमर्दन, ओम सर्वप्रहरणायुध, ओम पवित्र ओंकारम। Now we go through the chapter 16, whole chapter once. That is, this is called Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. These are called. This is the. When come to the English version, I'll explain to you in English. Otherwise, the title itself is Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga, the divine qualities and the demonic qualities. This is the chapter. By knowing the divine qualities, we will all be liberated. By knowing the demonic qualities, we will avoid demonic qualities, then we will also be liberated. But by not knowing what is divine qualities, what is demonic qualities, if we keep doing demonic qualities, then we will get trapped by the material nature into births and births. By knowing the divine qualities, we will be liberated. So, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Abhayam Sattva Sansuddhi Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti दानो दमश्च यज्ञच्च स्वाध्याय तप आजीवम अहिंसा सत्यम अक्रोधा त्याग शांति अपैसुनम दया भूतेषु अलोलुप्तम मार्धवम ह्री अचापलम तेज क्षमा धृति शौचम अद्रोहो न अधिमानितः भवन्ति संपदम दैवीम अभिजातस्य भारतः दंभो दर्प अभिमानश्च क्रोध पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानो च अभिजातस्य पार्थ संपदम आसुरीं दैवी संपद विमोक्षाय निबंधाय आसुरीमतः मासुचः संपदम दैवीम अभिजातोऽसि पांडवः यो भूतसर्गो लोके अस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैव विस्तरस प्रोक्ता आसुरं पार्थं मे शृणु प्रवृत्तं च निवृत्तं च जना न विदु आसुरा न शौचं न अपि च आचारः न सत्यं तेषु विद्यते असत्यम् अप्रतिष्ठं ते जगत् आदौ अनीश्वरम् अपरस्परसम्भूतं किम् अन्यत् कामहैतुकम् एतां दृष्टिम् अवस्तभ्य नष्टात्मनो अल्पबुद्धयः प्रभवन्ति उग्रकर्माणि क्षयाय जगतो अहिता कामम् आश्रित्य दुष्पूरं दम्भमान मदान्विता मोहात् गृहीत्वा सद्ग्राहान् प्रवर्तन्ते असुचिव्रता चिन्ताम् अप्रमेयां च प्रलयान्तम् उपाश्रिता कामोपभोगपरमा एतावदिति निश्चिता आशापाशशतैबद्ध कामक्रोधपरायण इहन्ते कामभोगार्थम् अन्ययेन अर्थसञ्चयान् इदम् अद्य मया लब्धम् इमं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम् इदमस्तीदपि मे भविष्यति पुनर्धनम् असो मया हतः शत्रुः हनिष्ये च अपरानपि ईश्वरो अहम् अहं भोगी सिद्धो अहं बलवान् सुखी आढ्यो अभिजनवानस्मि को अन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्य इति अज्ञान विमोहिता अनेक चित्त विभ्रांता मोहजाल समावृता प्रसक्ता कामभोगेषु पतन्ति नरके असुचौ आत्मसंभाविता स्तब्धा धनमान मदान्विता यजन्ते नाम यज्ञस्य दम्भेन अविधिपूर्वकम् अहंकारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं स संश्रिता ममात्मा परदेहेषु प्रद्विषन्तो अभ्यसूयका तानहं द्विषतः क्रूरान् संसारेषु नराधमान् क्षिपामि अस्त्रम अशुभान आसुरीष्येव योनिषु आसुरीं योनिमापन्ना मूढ़ा जन्मनि जन्मनि माम अप्राप्येव कौन्तेय ततो यान्ति अधमां गतिं त्रिविधं नरकस्य इदं द्वारं नाशनम् आत्मनः कामक्रोध तथा लोभ तस्मात् एतत्त्रयं त्यजेत् एते विमुक्त कौन्तेय तमोद्वारे त्रिविन्नरः आचरति आत्मनश्रेय ततो याति पराङ्गतिं यः शास्त्रं विधिम् उत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारतः न स सिद्धिम् अवाप्नोति न सुखं न पराङ्गतिं तस्मात् शास्त्रं प्रमाणं ते कार्य कार्य व्यवस्थितौ ज्ञात्वा शास्त्र विधानोक्तं कर्म कर्तुं मिहार्हसि ओम तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्ण संवादे दैवासुर संपत्ति विभागयोगो नाम षोडशोऽध्यायः. Now, so we'll get into the English explanation of it. But before this, before getting into the chapter 16 proper, Lord Krishna has given its introduction somewhere in chapter 9. Chapter 9 in 13 and 14th sloka. He just happened to mention this about this Daivi Prakriti, and he just touched it, and then he went into yajnas and all that. So in chapter 9, whereas we are in chapter 16 right now. So the introduction part, what he told in chapter 9 is worth remembering. So I'll mention it to you. Mahatmana tu mam partha daivim prakriti mashita भजन्ति अनन्य मनसा ज्ञात्वा भूतादिम अव्ययम सततम कीर्तयन्ता मां यत्नतच्च च दृढव्रता नमस्यन्ति च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते. So what is told in these two slokas is he is calling all the people like you and me, or any all devotees, whosoever have been endowed with the godly qualities, divine qualities. So like divine property, so divine wealth. Whosoever has got this divine wealth, then he is calling them as Mahatmanas, like we call Mahatma Gandhis, like that some Mahatma so and so, Mahatma Phule, there are a lot of Mahatmas are there who work for the national liberation. Such a word he is giving in Bhagavad Gita much before our independence. The Bhagavad Gita is 5,000-year-old book. So he is calling them, he is calling the people like you and me, or anybody who is devotee of Lord Krishna, he is calling them as Mahatma. That is what. It is there in chapter 9, 13th sloka. You can see it also. Mahatmana tu mam partha daivim prakriti mashita bhajanti ananya manasa jnatma bhodadim avayam. So this is what he is addressing. So in English, but those whose souls are great. Mahatma means whose souls are great. That is the meaning of Mahatma. That soul is great. That is Mahatma. That whose souls are great. Arjuna, partaking of a celestial nature. His Mahatma's soul is of a celestial nature. Daivi Prakriti Mashta, Daivi, celestial. Like we call it, moon is a celestial body. Moon is a celestial body. Sun is a celestial body. Like this, they are called celestial. Indra is a celestial body. They are called celestial people, Devatas. So he is calling these people, devotees, as celestial nature. Worship me as the origin of beings and as the imperishable. Their senses are adorned with the ornaments of restraint, and their minds are a shelter for me, the all-pervading. So I live in their minds. Their minds are shelter for me. This is the introduction. He mentioned it in chapter 9, and so this is the importance of this qualities of this chapter 16. Spiritual wealth, it's called endowment of divine destiny. This is called endowment of divine destiny. See, we are creating our own destiny by knowingly or unknowingly. We don't know that. We just simply keep working. In what direction we are going, we don't know. But this is a direction. This is a direction towards the divinity. This is what the chapter 16 says. Chapter 1 to 3, sloka 1 to 3. Divine, towards the divine nature, it will be guiding us. So that is important. With this guidance, we can follow. If we follow, we will move towards a divine nature. That is what. So in Telugu, I'll read out all. There are say 26 qualities or 26 items are there. 26 wealth points are there. In Telugu first, and then I'll give out the English meanings. दैवीं संपदम दैवी संपदम अभयम सत्वसंशुद्धि ज्ञानयोग व्यवस्थिति दानो दमम यज्ञम स्वाध्याय तप आर्जवम अहिंसा सत्यम अक्रोध त्याग शांति अपैशुनम दया भूतेषु अलोलुप्त्वम मार्धवम ह्री अचापलम तेज क्षमा धृति शौचम अद्रोह न अतिमानिता भवन्ति संपदम दैवीम अभिजातस्य भारतः. Endowment of divine destiny, the spiritual wealth, fearlessness, purity of being, perseverance in yoga and knowledge, giving, self-restraint, sacrifice, study of sacred texts, austerity, uprightness, non-violence, truth, absence of anger, renunciation, serenity, absence of calumny, compassion for all beings, freedom from desire, gentleness, modesty, absence of fickleness, vigor, spiritual light, forgiveness, fortitude, purity, freedom from malice, freedom from pride. These are the endowment of those born to a divine destiny, Arjuna. So he has explained all the qualities. Now let us see, because of the mercy of the Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj, he has explained, he is also called an avatar of Lord Shankara only. That much kind of a spiritual power he has got. That gentleman has explained to us Bhagavad Gita. So we will see its English meaning. I will give this. A lot of qualities are there. There are 26 qualities. So we need to know a little bit. So we'll try to read all that. We'll try to grasp it. That is for today's divine qualities. The person who doesn't allow, he is talking about first one is the fearlessness. What is the meaning of fearlessness? He is telling. We all know some different meanings of fearlessness, but the meaning of fearlessness, as per Bhagavad Gita, is this: the person who doesn't allow egoism to arise in connection with good and bad actions, who abandons the anxieties of worldly life, and who knows that all others are one with him. Through his realization of non-duality, casts out all fear. He is cast out all non-duality. He feels one with everybody, so he is not afraid of anybody. That is fearlessness. When salt is thrown into water, it becomes one with the water. Similarly, he who realizes his unity with everything destroys fear. How we should become fearless is telling us also. Nobody teaches us how to become fearless, but Lord Krishna and Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj are telling us, like a salt, when you mix with water, the salt gets melted away. So in the same way, similarly, he who realizes his unity with everything destroys fear. Once a person, any person, you and me or anyone, once we realize that my unity with everything, if I realize my unity with everything, it destroys fear. Say Lord Yama has come. I should not be afraid of Lord Yama because I am one with him only. Or Lord Shiva has come. I am one with Shiva. Lord Indra has come. My unity one with Indra. Lord Brihaspati has come. We should relate our unity with them. Similarly, if any demon has come, we should not be afraid of demon. Demon cannot do anything to us because Atma neither be killed nor burned. You know, Atma is Avinashi. Nobody can do anything to Atma. So we are Atmas. Nobody can do any harm to Atma. So once we know our unity with the soul, we will be fearless. If Mahatma Gandhi fought a war with British for the independence of country, Britishers have said a person like you will not be born even for hundreds of years, centuries together. A person like you will not be born in the India because you are so fearless. We wanted to kill everybody, murder everybody, and threaten everybody into rule the country. But because of your satyagraha, it has shaken our British foundation. The fearlessness, non-violence, fearlessness. And he never attacked British people. He kept telling the people non-violence, ahimsa. But fearlessness, that quality, it's inborn quality. It is there in you and me also, but we have to realize this and we have to follow this. Oh, beyond this, what is called fearlessness? Oh, beloved, this is what is called fearlessness. You should know that it is the servant of the true perception. There are perceptions. Everything is in the world we see is a perception only. What we understand, what we guess is the perception. True perception is the important thing. With the true perception only, we'll be closer to the truth. With the wrong perception, we'll be closer to the wrong. That is the only thing. So this is true perception. Now learn about purity of understanding. Sattva Samsuddhi. What do you understand by that? Sattva Samsuddhi. It's purity of understanding. Our mind, our mind has to understand. Our heart has to understand properly. Correctly, it has to understand correctly. What is the meaning of that? It is recognized by the following signs. We have to recognize it. It will be there. Nothing will be explained to us that I am Sattva Samsuddhi. Nothing will tell us on its own. It will come up and tell us. We have to recognize that. You have to recognize that whether I am speaking truthfully or not. But truth will not come and tell me if he is telling truth. That's what it is. So Sattva Samsuddhi we have to recognize like this. It is like the subtle form of the moon immediately preceding a day of the new moon. So it is people. Like once a full moon is there, total darkness is there, Amavasya is there, Amavasya is a full moon, so it's a new moon and total darkness is there. Just after darkness, next day is Padhyami. In Padhyami, what happened? Padhyami or Vidya, the moon starts appearing slightly, lightly, isn't it? The moon will start gradually, keep appearing like 14 days. So that is how it is, like the subtle form of the moon immediately preceding the day of the new moon. So true is perception. When the rainy season is over and hot season hasn't yet begun, the form of river becomes visible. It says the rivers know when rivers are not clearly visible always. He says that when the rainy season is over, during the rainy season we can't see the river properly. River is filled with water and getting filled with water. River cannot be seen properly. And during the hot season also, during summer also we can't see the river properly because a lot of water getting evaporated. So the form of river, when the rainy season is over and the hot season hasn't yet begun, the form of river becomes visible. So when the rainy season is over, after the rainy season, and then before the summer starts, when the rains are over and the summer starts, in between only a river becomes visible. That is what. So what we understand by this, when the rainy season is over, say rains are over by this September, October, rains are over. September, usually by July actually, but August, September also sometimes continue. Then at the end of the September, the rains are over. From say October till next year, end of February, is the period when the hot sun doesn't start. Hot sun starts only in the month of March onwards. So that is what. In between the period only, now is the period, October, November, December, January and February, the rivers can be seen peacefully and perfectly because there no rains are happening. In the same way, the true perception is like that. Our mind will see a thing as it is. That is very important for us. Our mind has to see what things are as it is. Then only we can identify the Paramatma. So third one is Jnana Yoga Vyavasthati. What do you mean by that? This kind of understanding remains undisturbed, however much the senses may tempt it with a pleasant and unpleasant object. Right, sir? So, in the same way, the understanding which continuously delights in the self is called pure. The understanding which continuously delights in the self is called pure. Jnana Yoga Vyavasthati. The understanding, our Antaratma, continuously delights in the self. One is mind, body, and intellect. Second one is the self. All the things have to be continuously delighted in the self only. That is called the Jnana Yoga Vyavasthati. That means what? We should not revel in the world of senses, or world of senses, sense pleasures, sense contacts. That is beyond, outside the self. So we have to revel inside the self. Like when you are doing meditation or dhyana and all that. That time, that is called Jnana Yoga Vyavasthati. Now devote all your desire to attaining the self-realization. That's how it will lead to self-realization. Now apply your whole mind to it. So, no, Dano, Damam, Dano means giving, donating. That he mentioned it. So, a person goes to help someone in trouble. When the occasion arises, he will offer him everything from his heart to the worldly wealth, with wealth. That's what it is called Dhanam. This is called charity also. It is the magic lotion that grants the vision of liberation. This Dhanam, he's saying, is a magic lotion. जब हमको चोट लगता है, when we get hurt, some lotion is applied on us, no? Some balm is applied on us. It is like that. This Dhanam, Lord Krishna, something Aneshwari is telling us, this is like applying lotion on our wounds so that we become well. It grants the vision of liberation. It grants the vision of liberation. How we get mukti, moksham, it will give us insight. Otherwise, we don't get that liberation, vision of liberation. Getting the vision of liberation is very essential for us. If we get the vision of liberation, then only we'll follow the liberation path. We don't get liberation vision, we don't know where are we going. That is the thing. So this giving charity or dhanam is that kind of power he has got it. This quality destroys dama, self-control. Self-control is damam. This quality destroys the union of sense organs with their objects, separating them from each other, just as Olam clarifies muddy water. The person who is self-controlled doesn't permit the wind of sense objects to blow through the gateway of his senses, but binds them with self-restraint and hands them over to discipline. He lights the fire of dispassion at all the 10 gates of his body, causing all tendencies to turn back into the recesses of his mind. He observes many woes more severe than breath control, like pranayama and all that. He does that, and this is known as self-control. So this is what it is. This quality destroys the union of sense organs with their objects. Always our senses are there, our indriyas are there, senses are there, and sense objects are also there. For example, many things, like there is a wine bottle is there. Sense will see the sense object is a wine bottle, and some say a beautiful lady is there. Then he is attracted towards that lady, and some good music is coming, some voice is coming into his ears, some beautiful sound, melodious sound. He is attracted towards the sound. So this with the quality of the dhamam, self-control, this quality destroys the union of these sense organs with their objects. So it destroys their union. It doesn't make them to meet. Then say for example a person who has got self-control, damam. Say you have got damam, or I have got damam, or he has got damam, or he has got damam. He got quality. Then what happens is, let there be some beautiful sound, is music is going on, but we don't get attracted. If we have to do some work, we'll keep doing our work. And or if some wine bottle is there, something, and somebody drinking, or we don't go and join them. Okay, let me also drink with you. Like, we don't get attracted, tempted. So like that. So various things it will control us. Thereby what is happening is that we are able to control our senses and sense organs, and we'll have mind control on ourselves. Otherwise, it is not under control. So damam, this is known as self-control. Now I will briefly explain the meaning of sacrifice. Yajna, sacrifice. So this is the highest level. The Brahmins, 4 category of people are there. So they do the yajnas and all that. But he should not desire the fruits of it. It is not. One should not desire the fruits of it. Like we are doing in Bhagavad Gita chapter 18, Lord Krishna has mentioned, reading Bhagavad Gita or studying Bhagavad Gita or satsangam with Bhagavad Gita or listening to Bhagavad Gita is jnana yajnam. So this sacrifice, this also we are doing right now. Yajna we are doing it. We are doing Gita jnana yajnam. This is also a divine quality, a divine wealth. So this is called sacrifice. Tapas next quality. A person throws a ball to the ground so it can return to his hand. He sows a seed in a field to reap a crop. He lights a lamp to see what is hidden, and he waters the roots of a tree so it will give forth branches and fruit. If he wants to see his reflection in a mirror, he must clean it often. Similarly, in order to realize the divine, a person should constantly study Vedas. Swadhyayam means a person, in order to realize the divine, a person should constantly study the Vedas. Why? Because he wanted to see his reflection in a mirror. If someone wants to see his reflection in a mirror, he must clean it often. Say a mirror is there, it is full of dust and dirty, it's covered. We can't see our image properly in that, isn't it? We immediately take out a cloth and wipe it out. Then the mirror is clean, mirror surface. Then we can see our form clearly. In the same way, we should study these shastras. Like Bhagavad Gita is also shastram, Ramayana is a shastram. We should study, constantly study the Vedas. Then in order to realize the divine, it will make us the divine, towards the divine realization, God realization, self-realization. So this is another quality. Similarly, austerity and uprightness. Austerity means is a state in which the vital force of the senses, the body, are mortified in order to attain the self. It is like a swan thrusting its beak into milk to separate it from the water. In the same way, austerity is differentiating the body from the self as soon as a person is born, and thus awakens discrimination in his heart. When a person turns within towards the self, the activity of reason is restricted, just as dreams vanish on waking. To Arjuna, when discrimination is focused on the self, it is called true austerity. Austerity, tapas. Austerity is tapas. This austerity, tapas will take us towards God. Tapas there are, in chapter 17, it dwells more clearly on the tapas. Then I will further explain to you. Right now, we will restrict to the meaning of this. What is the meaning of tapas? Is saying that differentiating the body from the self as soon as the person born, thus awakening discrimination in the heart. We have to awaken the discrimination. But how do we awaken the discrimination in our heart? That is the $1 million question. We don't know how to awaken the discrimination. We wanted to know that with discrimination. But how? How means he is telling how. We have to differentiate the body from the self. We have to differentiate the body. The body is different and the self is different. That we have to understand. Everybody thinks that all are one. All are one, everything is one. Nothing is different. Because nobody will see the self. It's not that. Self is different and the body is different. That we have to differentiate. That is our capability. That is every capability. That's why we do tapas.
That means self means soul?
Soul. Soul is different and the body is different. We have to differentiate. We have to differentiate. We have to identify different. Most people don't differentiate. They say everything is one. All is one. That is what it is. I must tell you, for example, so long as a person is dead, a person's wife is dead, he doesn't recognize her body is different and soul is different. But once she died, he must recognize that dead body is there, but soul is never dead.
Soul leaves the body.
Soul leaves the body. So that is what, when we are awakened, now only we should realize that my soul is different, my body is different. That's what we have to understand every day. Then what happens? Then we will do focus on the soul also. Otherwise, we will only be bothered about body. मेरे body को कुछ हो गया, ये तो मेरे को कुछ हो गया, ये लग गया, वो लग गया, तो मेरे को nothing has affected you. You are a divine Paramatma. So that is tapas. Tapas capability is that. That is called austerity. And uprightness. Arjavam, uprightness. Uprightness is the kindness towards every living thing. What is arjavam? What is uprightness? Uprightness is the kindness towards every living thing. Just as consciousness is inherent in all creatures, as mother's milk is essential for all infants, so we have to know that every creature has got the same consciousness in it. That is what we have to read. Consciousness is there in the trees also. Consciousness is there in you and me, with a boy, girl, woman, child, man, old man, young man, and dog, and a cat, and a snake, and a serpent or anything. Consciousness is there everywhere. That arjavam, that is uprightness. That is the capability to see the consciousness in everything is called the arjavam. The other qualities as I mentioned. So far we covered 9 qualities. Non-violence is the 10th quality. Ahimsa, Satyam, Akrodha, like these other qualities are there. So ahimsa means non-violence. Non-violence is called also harmlessness. Harmlessness is shown by using one's body, speech and mind for the good of the world. What is harmlessness? What is non-violence? How we do non-violence? Non-violence is shown by using one's body, speech and mind for the good of the world. Like so, this is what it is. And although medicine can cure disease, at the same time it has a bitter taste. So what can be compared? Non-violence. True speech is sharper than a sword when it comes to resolving doubts and brings the sweetness to the ears. What God is saying is here, non-violence we have to follow. How do we follow? We follow by three methods: body, speech and mind. These 3 things: body, speech and mind. In the body also we should follow non-violence. If we go and hit somebody on our own without any reason at all, I go and hit somebody, it is violence. I should not do that. By controlling that is called non-violence. And secondly, speech. I should not go and call anybody names unnecessarily just like that. No reason. I should not call anybody just like that. You're a bad boy, you're an idiot, you're stupid. I should not call. That is non-violence. Or if possible, I should say, Namaste. I should say, you're a good man, you're a nice man, you're a gentleman. This kind of a speech. Non-violence. I am not instigating him. If I call him or you, I just call you, you are a good man. You will not get angry. Will you get angry? If I call you, you are a good man, you are a nice man, you are a gentleman, you will not get angry. So this is what non-violence. Body, speech and mind. In the mind also, I should not think bad things about others. By seeing him, I should not think bad things. I should only think about good things of others. He's a good man, I should think. He's a nice man. He's a very nice man. He's a good gentleman. He's a wonderful man. He's a peaceful man. I should think good things. Then what happens is that I am following the non-violence principle. But if I don't do that, then I am not following non-violence. You can think of any, you can apply this to anybody. We should not think of any ill of anybody. That is what the non-violence is. That's how we will be peaceful and calm. So, next thing is truth. What is truth? Satyam. Ahimsa Satyam. Satyam. Satyam means what is Satyam? Truth. The truth is like a hunter is there. One hunter, he tries to attract an animal, so he makes different sounds. I'd seen some time back, 30 years back or something, when a hunter was trying hiding behind a tree. He also wears artificial ears and he looks like a deer to an animal. Some deer or some animal will see its form and all that, then it will be trapped. It will come there, then he will shoot it. I've seen it, hunter hunting. That is wrong. That is demonic nature. Satyam, there is no truth in it. He is saying that to that animal, I am harmless one. I am also an animal. I will not do any harm to you. So he is making such sounds and all. Listening to that, it will think my fellow animal creature has come. It will come out. Then he will shoot it. The hunter. That is wrong. That is not what that called truth. It's untruthfulness. So as far the individual is concerned, he is not truthful. He is untruthful. That is what. So that speech which charms the ear while its meaning wounds the listener's heart, sweet but demonic. Some people will speak nicely to the sounds, but then their inner meaning will hurt the other person's heart. That is again wrong. So he says that is what. That is not Satyam. There is no truth in it. So that is what. And the absence of anger. Ahimsa Satyam Akrodha. Akrodha. Akrodha means absence of anger. What does it mean? Absence of anger means what? Absence of anger means the dreams vanish when the sleep comes to an end. This is absence of anger. Waves disappear when water dries up. Clouds pass away when the rainy season ends. And enjoyment ceases when the wealth is renounced. In the same way, wise people should give up all sense of individuality when they can, then they can abandon the attachment to worldly affairs. This is what we call renunciation. This is how it comes, absence of anger. Suddenly, it's say, we are sleeping and dreams vanish when we get up. There should be no anger on that. Waves disappear when water dries up. When in the river, in the sea, when the water dries up because of excessive summer heat, and the waves disappear also. The absence of anger is there. Similarly, the absence of anger should be there in us. He is indicating us. Then serenity, tranquility. Satyam Akrodha Tyagam Shanti Apaishanam. Apaishanam. Apaishanam means absence of calumny. Absence of calumny. That is called the Apaishanam. Paishanam, Apaishanam. Paishanam is related to some animalistic behavior. Animal, Pashu. Paishanam. Apaishanam is opposite of that. Absence of calumny. A good person looks upon unfortunate people only after he has removed all their faults with his own virtues. Absent, that's apayashanam. Means we should not seek some kind of a sadistic pleasure in troubling others. That is called the apayashanam. Some people are there by troubling somebody, then the person gets troubled and he gets pleasure inside. That is paishanam. We should avoid that. That is apaishanam. I should not trouble anybody, and then when the person getting troubled, I should not feel happy. That is what it is. If possible, I should try to help them. That is what. Apaishanam. Or when a person is in trouble, you go on your while you are going on a way and you find somebody in trouble. If you, whatever way possible, you try to help him. That is apaishanam. Daya bhuteshu alolutvam matram hi achapalam. Daya bhuteshu, that is called compassion. Compassions. So, compassion we all know, otherwise generally.
Jai Sri Krishna.
Jai Sri Krishna. So, compassion, daya bhuteshu. On all living beings, we should have compassion. That is another divine quality. So, when a compassionate person relieves one's distress out of pity, he does not take his status into account. Say you are a noble person, you are a king, or you are a big officer. You are going on the way. Some lower person, somebody, some rickshaw puller, auto puller, or some person, some beggar, somebody is having some problem. Without minding, when crossing, there a small child is not able to cross, an old person not able to cross the road. So you saw the opportunity and you stopped your car and then you helped. Without minding your status, you helped, or you said, where do you want to go? Give a lift, I'll take, going to hospital or something, it's on the way, I'll drop you. So you do that. So this is called daya bhuteshu. Daya bhuteshu. So called compassion. This is an example. Alolutvam, he says. What is alolutvam? Freedom from desire. Freedom from desire is called alolutvam. Now, his heart has no desire for sense objects. This is called freedom from desire. These are all very easily said than desire. But then these will lead us towards divinity. That is what we have to understand. And divinity is not just ऐसा चलते फिरते ऐसे just ऐसे capture कर ले ऐसा हाँ मेरे को divinity मिल गया हर किसी का ऐसा मिल जाए तो it's not correct, it's not possible, it's not available. These are the things we have to attain it with practice, constant practice we have to try. That is our greatness. A desireless person is a tender-hearted towards all creatures. Mardhava, gentlemanliness. 3. Modesty. Modesty. Modesty is again not insulting a person. Not insulting a person is called modesty. So, this is what it is. Not insulting any person is called modesty. That is another quality, good divine quality. Further qualities of the vigor, forgiveness, teja, kshama, dhruti, saucham, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, purity, freedom from malice, freedom from pride. These are things. Now, what do you understand by vigor? Destroying all obstacles in the form of poisonous or sense objects. Vigor, or capacity, teja, shakti. You say you wanted to do tapas, you want to read Bhagavad Gita daily, regular, every day. But you have a lot of temptations in the form of a lot of daily relatives visiting you or something, and some interesting people will keep visiting you. They will be charming you and all. Your tejas, your vigorousness is to restrain that and and not to not to allow it to become an obstacle in your path of doing anything, any particular good things that you wanted to do. You do that constantly, steadily. That is called vigor. Like we are, for example, at 5 to 6, we are coming and doing Bhagavad Gita study. It's vigor. If we don't have that vigor, we will not come. We will give some excuse and all that. Sir, I am today not well. Today my friends have come, my relatives have come, my work, this work, that. We'll skip it out. We'll sleep further and all that. We waste of time. So that is invigorousness. Vigor, tejas. This is called tejas. These are tejas. So this is another divine quality which will lead us towards the liberation. This tejas we have to have it. This vigor. This thing we have to have it. If we don't have this, then we will not be able to do the practice regularly. That is all. So vigor, teja, kshama, dhriti, and kshama, dhriti, the forgiveness we call, or patience or whatever. To give forgive a person, you need to have a lot of patience. So that is another divine quality. You not get petted by every Tom, Dick and Harry. Somebody will come say something, somebody will come and shout at us. We don't get disturbed and then, but we will give him a suitable reply, proper reply. But we should not lose our own cool. That is called kshama, and that is called kshama. Then we have to move forward. Lord Rama has got lot of kshama, but it does not mean that every Tom, Dick and Harry played with him. वो क्षमा तो करता है, एक दो बात बोलता है, भैया बेटा ये मत करो, या फिर ये मत करो, ये गलत काम है, ये मेरे से मत लड़ो, बोलता है एक दो बार. उसके बाद भी वो गलत काम करेगा तो रावण तक भी नहीं छोड़ता, फिनिश कर देता. So that we have to have that क्षमा. We should not get into the fight at the very beginning itself only. We should forgive, but after some time, then we should take the right course of action, whatever it is possible for us. When a person remains courageous, kshama means kshama dhruti. Now I am talking about dhruti. Dhruti means fortitude. Dhruti in Sanskrit is fortitude. Fortitude means courageousness. Fortitude means courageousness. God is not telling us to be non-courageous or timid. He is not telling us to be timid person or non-courageous. He is telling to be courageous only. He is telling us to be courageous. Dhairyam, dhruti. Have fortitude. Don't be afraid. Don't be a weakling or something. Lame duck. Don't be a lame duck. But you have the courage. Courage is another quality. So when a person remains courageous and undisturbed in the midst of mental agitation, this is called fortitude. So teja, kshama, dhruti, saucham. Saucham is the purity. When a person's actions are without desire and a true discrimination is in his heart, then he is image of purity. Saucham is a very important quality. Saucham, purity, is a very important quality. If you want to achieve anything in life, we must have this saucham. We must have purity. And what is that? Once again I'll read. When a person's actions are without desire, true discrimination is in his heart, then he is the image of purity. Let's say, for example, we are reading Bhagavad Gita. We are reading Bhagavad Gita for understanding it in the true sense. We are not doing any show work or an action or drama or nothing here. We are not doing it for appreciation of others. This is called saucham. We are doing with some the sacredness in the heart. Or when you are worshipping a god, when you are visiting a religious place, you go there with your purity of heart. You go to a particular religious place of choice of your god, whom you worship. You are doing with your own heart. So that is called purity. But if we are doing it for pomp and show and this thing and that thing, that saucham is not there in that. Saucham, purity aspect has to be there in that. You are sitting there and doing meditation, or you are doing namajapam sankirtan. You have to do with the purity of heart. That is important. Divine quality. शौचम अद्रोहो न अतिमानित, अद्रोहो न अतिमानित, अद्रोहो, अद्रोह. When we don't do any harm to others, adroham, droham and adroham. Droham means we are two friends and I let you down somewhere. That is droham. And I don't let you down. That is adroham. That is what. So we should be adroham. Adroham is a divine quality. And na atimanita. Na atimanita means ki that is not having so much of egoism and all this. I am everything, I am fine, I am the only boss. That kind of attitude one should not have. Na atimanita. So it's called freedom from malice. Freedom from malice. So now Atimanita, another beautiful example Lord Sant Gyaneshwar is giving is, just as the Ganges humbly withdrew when it reaches Shiva's head, similarly the sense of modesty when honor is bestowed, one is called humility. So in the sense that, say for example, river Ganga is flowing. Nobody can stop river Ganga, it is flowing. But suddenly Shiva was doing some meditation and he is doing constantly, Shiva is not bothered about anything. So he is doing meditation, but then Ganga saw it is flowing while it is flowing from his feet to this thing, waist and chest and neck, it has come and it is reaching his head. When Ganga has realized, river Ganga has realized it is reaching Shiva's head, it will be true. It will not submerge him. Submerging him is egoism of Ganga. It means Shiva cannot be killed, the soul cannot be killed. So it withdraws itself to the below the head, the neck level. Neck level there is no harm to Lord Shiva. So this is called a na atimanita. Similarly, when Lord Krishna was being born, in the same in the night only when he was being taken away by his father, Devaki Vasudeva, when Vasudeva was crossing the particular river Yamuna, and then the Vasudeva was keeping the Krishna on his head, and this was river has come. He has to cross the river to the other side, go to the other village. Then he started going down. Then the river has come up to this level has come. And then when it reached his level, his head level, neck level, then the river Yamuna, it is said that it remained there only throughout his walk. It did cross him. If it crosses him, he will also die. And then thereafter the story will be different. But then what is says, since the Lord is there, that river Yamuna has given a way. So Vasudeva has crossed it and then handed it over and then again came back also. So that is na atimanita. That means we don't act very funny with others. We may have good qualities and all that, we don't harm others. So this is na atimanita. So it's another divine quality. So with this explanation today, so we finish the divine qualities, and we will see tomorrow the remaining chapter. What about asuric qualities or demonic qualities, if we tell about this, that we will see tomorrow, sir. So we'll do 3 times Om chanting and then we'll stop this session. Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu.